Did you underestimate the fear of violence trait for your first playthrough? Did you choose it not understanding how much of a handicap it would be? Want to remove fear of violence, but not make a new character? Well, my friend here will tell you exactly how it's done.
Alright, now as you can see here, I have every single negative trait except for fanny pack and lead belly. I have fear of violence, locking out all these skills. So, first tool you're going to need is Rust, which is just a coding language slash tool that you use to edit stuff. I don't really know what it is, but that doesn't matter because I just use it to edit these save files. So either download the 32-bit version or the 64-bit version, depending on what your system is, and just open the install. And now this is just a very simple thing to install it. You just keep pressing enter, wait for it to install. But if you have some sort of error here that does not show this, it just shows an error, it might be because you do not have Visual Studio installed with the C++ tools. Now, most computers come with it, like Windows computers, and you won't need to worry about this, but in case you have this error, you might just have to go and manually install Visual Studio. In the middle of installing Visual Studio, it will ask you what packages you want. Just select the C++ tools, and you should try installing pulling up the Rust installer again, and hopefully you won't have an error. So I already have it installed, so I won't go through this, but it's just press enter and it'll install it. You'll be fine. So after you have that installed, you can pull up the command prompt. And by the way, pulling up the command prompt, if you don't know, you can just type in cmd or just type in command prompt. Now that you have this open, you can type in rust up and press enter, and it should display all this just to make sure that you have it installed. Should be good. Now, the second tool is a Github tool, which you do not need to download anything off of GitHub. You can just do it straight from the command prompt, and this command is all you need, and this will be in the description. So I'm just going to copy and paste it, and I can paste this command right here. Press enter, and it will install a secondary package for Rust that will allow you to edit the save files, basically. So after you have that installed, you have Rust installed, you have the package installed, you have C++ installed so that Rust can use it, you just need to find your save file. So I don't need this because I already installed the cargo GitHub thingy. Close that. I'll leave the command prompt up. Now you just need to find the save file. Now you can just go into Abiotic Factor, pull up the world, and then before you pressed host world, it will have like a button to open the folder for it. If you don't feel like doing that, you could just do %appdata% and go to appdata local Abiotic Factor saved save games. You click on this jumbled mess of numbers, worlds. Click on whatever world the character is in. For the character I just showed, I just named the world Fear of Violence. And then player data. And now you have your actual player data, finally, after all those paths. So you go here, you could just press copy. Oh wait, no. You press shift copy. And now copy as path. Now that you have that copied as path, you can go back to the command prompt and press uesave edit, and then Control V for to paste the path. Now you should pull up your save file in this little neat notepad. You just do Control F, search for trait, find next, and as you can see, I got all these negative traits right here except for fanny pack and lead belly. And let's say, fuck it, let's just remove all of these. And just make sure it has no things, and then save, or you could just do Control S for save, whatever. Close that. Leave this open just in case you mess something up. And also, here's a little something to note. If you are hosting a multiplayer world for many players, it will display everyone's player data for your world. You could just click on them, read through the the traits, just make sure it's the correct one you want to edit. But it will have multiple player datas here if you're hosting for a multiplayer world. But yeah, I believe that's it. You remove it, save it. Now we can load the game back up and test it. Alright, enter the facility, load game. Fear of violence. Host a game. Back in here. Go to my traits, and look at that. I got Fanny Pack and Lead Belly. Don't have any of these negative traits. And in fact, I have these for just free, which it's cheating, but if you chose some negative traits that you didn't really understand what they did because it's your first playthrough like we did, then you might just want to remove them. Maybe you can remove one of your positive traits to balance it out, whatever. There you go. You should be good.